Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, can y'all hear me now? Is the audio working, or is it still broken? Hold on now. Yes, it's working. Oh my gosh, do I need to? Do y'all need me to kind of start over, like this whole? Bro, was the audio gone the whole entire time? If I need to start over, I will. Like just kind of the setup and all that good stuff. Or did y'all hear like why I have these goals online the way I do? Oh, you see, y'all heard nothing. That is crazy. Maybe it's my mic was just too far away. Okay. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna just start over from the beginning. That is a shame. My bad, y'all. I actually feel kind of bad about that. My bad. My bad. Oh my gosh. All right. Lord, thank you for just telling me to turn this my YouTube thing on. Y'all, so I don't see the chat either. So I don't see the chat unless I like go to my phone and look at my YouTube. So I completely forget to do that. And then that's so crazy. It's okay. But okay, starting over for everything. All right, so starting over from square one. So I am back testing Bitcoin, y'all. And so what I'm going to do is I want to see how well Bitcoin does with the gold zone system. All right, so y'all, the system's so easy. It's so easy. But I need to see, because I've really been wanting to trade Bitcoin like consistently. So I want to lock in, and I said, why not me just go on, YouTube and do this thing. So um, anytime I'm back testing, I'm literally going back to how I actually would trade it. So I don't just back test randomly, like, oh, no. At 7 a.m., that's when I start looking at my setups. So I go to 7 a.m., 15-minute time frame, and I actually look at the market as though it was that day. All right. So just to make things realistic. So every time I'm back testing, you're going to see me go to 7 o'clock, and boom, that's how we do it. All right. Um, what else did I say? 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 I cannot believe the audio was messed up. So, yo, what's up, bro? So yeah. So now that's all I'm doing. I'm just going over how. Oh yeah. So I break down week by week. So what I'm going to do is I go back to a Monday and I'll see. Okay, from Monday to Friday, what did I have the potential to make throughout this week? And so whenever I'm back testing, I'm sure y'all might have seen this note. So I'll see. Okay, what would have been my RR on Monday on the September 15th, and I'll go through that week, and I'll see how consistent it was that particular week. And then we'll jump to the next week, and I'll do the same thing over and over again. All right. And that's how I'll know, okay, like, yo, this is for this cryptocurrency, the gold zone system is very powerful. Or for whatever thing I'm trading, this system is working really well for this. Okay. So let's now, since we got that off the way, now let's start over with the system itself. So first thing first is whenever you're looking at the gold zone system, y'all, the screen is just keep the screen just empty. Like there's nothing on the screen. All you need is your eyes. I know that sounds like very like yeah, duh. But seriously, y'all, all you need is your eyes. As you guys can see, if you was a beginner trader and you just came in here and you really was struggling with the market, bro, if I say, look, which way is the market going, we can all see that overall, this market is going up. Like everything is going up. But that's for the overall market. What we need to focus on is what is price doing in this immediate area right here. And so from this, I see that we're actually in a downtrend. But even when I like, even let's go even tighter, what's more recent, what is the structure that is more recent? If we focus on just this area here, you see that we're in a downtrend. Now, yes, we see a major spike up here, but on this support level, we are in a downtrend. So because I don't have anything to go off of in this area here, for me, this is ugly. But I do have something I can go off here. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to get a trend line, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to bring this to our first touch. Boom. Now our first touch is right here. First touch is right here. Now, because how I'm trading, y'all, I have to be pretty perfect on my trend lines. If not, it can throw off everything. I can lose it. Listen, it happens so many times. I can lose a trade because I got lazy in my framing, in placing my trend lines that I lost a trade for no reason. That has happened so many times. I don't know why I keep being lazy sometimes. But yeah. Anytime we want to get a perfect touches. Okay, we haven't got a touch here yet. So what I used to would do is I would just bring this over a little bit more and I'll say, okay, that's the touch because it's close. No, that's not the touch. You want to get the first touch. So the first immediate touch here. We got a touch here. Our first touch was right here in this level. Boom. This is our touch. So we're going to place it and we're going to stop it right here. This has not been a touch yet. This little thing makes a huge difference. All right. So let's just see what price would have did. This is our gold zone. This is our key levels here. I don't have anything. I don't have a resistance gold zone right now. All I have is just this area here. The price comes back to this gold zone level here, y'all. I'm simply going to do what past history told me to do. I'm simply going to go and look for a long position back up to the upside. Now, from looking at Bitcoin from the past, I realized I really like the stop loss of 250. Right? So 250 is like my golden area whenever I am doing this. Okay? So I am simply going to look for a long position right here. BTC 250. And that's where I'm going at. So you're just going to be patient. If I trade anything outside of like this gold zone level right here, that's me being greedy. And I don't want that. I don't want that, right? My only area to trade is right here. So let's just fast forward. Boom. That first touch is where I'm getting in for a long position. So boom. This touch right here. Once price touched the gold zone level, stop loss is at 250, and this is our entry here. Price has pushed up. We are currently at a 1.7. Boom. Let's see where price would have pushed up to. Currently, we are at a, what is it, 2-1 for sure. So boom. Also, this is a really big day. If I stay in this trade, currently this is a 4-1. So I'm just gonna stop it there. I'm gonna just say 4-1. So I'm gonna go to the notes, and I am going to go to 4-1. Boom. So Monday, 4-1 day. Tuesday, let's see what Tuesday would have gave us. So the first day was actually a really good day. Really good day. And it could have been much more, but I'm not gonna wait in here and see. So yeah, it actually would have been much more. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. We're close to a 10-1. We would have hit a 10-1, which is insane. So let me stop this. And I'm simply trying to get to 7 a.m. again. Kind of went crazy. So not mind you, y'all, whenever I'm trading the Goldzone system, it does not mean I'm getting to a trade at 7 o'clock. That's just when I look at my setups. Right? And then at that point, it's just me being patient and waiting for price to get to my key levels. So, again, y'all, we know that overall structure, we're just going to have a reset. Every single day is a reset. We know that structure of the market is in an uptrend. We know that this level right here is kind of in a weird little area. I want to say this is more consolidating than anything. But right here, what I am seeing is we have another uptrend going back up to the upside. So what I'm simply going to do now is I just want to frame this. I just want to put this in a picture frame. You know, I'm watching this football game as well. All right, so we're going to simply bring this here. Boom, we got a nice touch there. And we're going to bring this here. We're going to drag this, boom. All right, so what time is it? It's literally at 7 o'clock right now. So this is literally 7 o'clock right now. We are so close to the gold zone, but yet we have not touched it. You know what? If I'm being perfect, though, we still have not touched it yet. So what I want to see is price actually come to this key level here, and I'm going to look for a long position. BTC, long position. What would have been? So this is at 7 o'clock. So let's see. Boom, that touch right there. Soon as we touch this gold zone, I'm in this trade. Now, what I am doing also is once we get to a 1-to-1, and maybe y'all can give me y'all opinion as well on this. What do y'all do once your price gets to a 1-to-1? Like, do y'all stay in a trade, or do you, you know what I'm saying? Do you get out? But I'm very curious. I think 1-to-1s are like really interesting. But 1-to-1, I move my stop. I'm gonna move my stop loss halfway, so I'm gonna move it to now 125. But I don't think we've reached a 1-to-1 yet. So price gets up here to this 1-to-1, which is at another 250. I'll move my stop loss to 125. Boom. So at that point, we just hit a 1-to-1. I'm going to bring it, slide this thing up to 125. And let's see. Boom. So price did break down to the downside. So at that point, I'll kind of decide if I'm going to take the second trade or not. Only way I would take a second trade is if it's a short position here. But I don't know if I want to take a short position there. Maybe not. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take a short position here. Just because of how market is moving. I would have liked for one of these to touch first. But yeah, that would have been another losing trade. So first trade we did win, we hit a 1-to-1, but I probably wouldn't have exited at that 1-to-1. I would have just moved my stop loss, kind of defended it some, because I really don't 1-to-1s. I like 1-to-1s. I think I'm gonna make an account just for 1-to-1s, and because 1-to-1s have some. To me, it's special. I know that's funny, but to me, 1-to-1s are like special. So I think I'm gonna make an account just for 1-to-1s, and then have an account for bigger wins. To me, it's special. Okay. What's today? Today is Tuesday. So Tuesday, iffy day. We hit a 1-to-1, so I'm going to write 1-to-1 for our first trade. 1-to-1. Lost. Second one could have been so-so. I'm going to say we just lost it. Second trade. Let's do Wednesday. Let's see what we got Wednesday. right. So let's go in here. All right. So currently, as you guys know, we are in a uptrend. That's the first thing. We are in an uptrend right now. Uh, right here, we're also in another uptrend. But what is going on right here? This is a key level that we need to focus on right here. Is this right here? All right. So I don't see anything I like on the top area. Maybe we can place this here and place this here, but I don't like that because of the bottom area. I'm not feeling that. But if I'm gonna bring this here, let's start at this low point here. We're gonna bring it to this low point here. Boom. And let's zoom in. So y'all, I gotta start really being perfect. It changes everything. Okay. Price comes to this key level here, y'all. I'm looking for a long position. Simple as that. Looking for a long position. Price comes there. I don't have anything at the top I can go off of. This kind of looks like the first setup that we seen on Monday as well. But I don't have anything to go off of at the top area, just the bottom area. Price touches it, boom. That's what we're looking for. That first touch. As soon as price got to this gold zone level, stop loss is at 250. So let's see what we could have got. Now we would have got a 1-to-1 off this trade from that one candle. So that first candle, you know what? No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. I told the story. We would not have. I thought we would have. So let's see. 1-to-1 actually been right here. So let's see. Let's see. So look, guess what, y'all? We lost this trade. So we did not hit a 1-to-1 this trade. We got very close to a 1-to-1. This would have been a losing trade for today. A losing trade for today. Let's see. But, could have possibly got in for another position though. Right here. Now, I did learn, like, typically what I'll do is I'll look for a short position right back at that same gold zone. With, like, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and stuff, I have seen in the past that a lot of times it's not, like, for the second touch. For the break and retouch, it's touching the horizontal. So it's touching, like, we create a rectangle, which we call the inverse Pac-Man's mouth. It's actually coming to that to respect that level there versus this gold zone level here. So if we was to place this actually would have been a winning trade for the second trade of the day. Really, really big winner. Really, really big winner for this second trade. Break, retest back at this gold zone level here, but you cannot play this at this level. You have to play it at this horizontal level. All right, so that first initial gold zone that we created in the beginning, there's a horizontal. So if I was to delete this, then if I was to delete this and I was to rewind, now your eyes is going to see the market as simply a breakout. That's how you're seeing the market at this point. Oh, this is just a breakout from this support level here. So a lot of times price likes to come back to respect this support level and not necessarily this one, right? So, and that is what we see right there. Boom. Prices broke down, retest, push back down to the downside. So I have to make a note of that instead of looking for a retouch at the gold zone, I need to look for a retouch at the horizontal gold zone, which is the inverse Pac-Man's mouth. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do a week. Probably just going to do this week. This is Thursday. So we lost first one. 1 second. So far, looking at this week, Is this a good week? Mm, it is. It's okay. Honestly, it just depends whenever I would took profit. It would just depend on whenever I took profit. Not bad though. We got a 1-to-1, and then depending on what I did, that 1-to-1, but I just moved my stop loss halfway, and then the first trade actually was a loss. Got close to a 1-to-1. Um, I probably would have. In reality, I probably would have started defending the trade a little bit more once we got near a 1-to-1, but it didn't hit my 1-to-1. And then the second trade would have been a banger. So second trade, we can definitely put that back at a 4-to-1. So let's see what Thursday. I'm hoping for Thursday and Friday we can get some. You know what I'm saying? We can get some good trades in here. That's 6:45. Oh yeah, we here already. Let's go. So let's see. We're starting over. We're starting fresh. We're starting fresh. Structure the market now. We are clearly in an uptrend right now. We are clearly in an uptrend. So let me kind of frame this mental frame. We have this curl here. Let's see if I bring this here. Okay, boom. That looks good. Now let's get this bottom area correct. No, I don't like that. Yeah, this might be it. I don't have anything to go off of on this bottom side. So because of that, this is my only gold zone for today. On this Thursday. On this Thursday, this is my only gold zone. Now, we know this is a gold zone, but I also understand that we have this level here. All right, but I'm not playing this level, so I'm not going to put that yet. So boom, we got this level here, got touch here. We're going to just bring this thing to this high wick right here. Beautiful. Now we're just kind of just being patient because I don't see anything for the bottom for us to go off of. So all we have is a resistance level. And guess what? We might not have a trade at all this whole day. Yep, no trade, no setup for this day. So Thursday gave us no setup. No setup. Friday. So let's see if can Friday bring it home for us. Okay, guys, got me. Use that. Bro, hurts horns. So you say you scalp and hit a 1-to-1 often, but then I try to trail my stop to a further target. That's good, brother. That's good. Targets. No. So let me ask you, if you're still in here, um, what is difficult on why? Like, what's hard about staying in a trade for you for a longer period of time? Because it's so crazy that like it's easy to stay in a losing trade sometimes, but it's hard to stay in a winning trade. But I just kind of want to know, like, what's y'all's opinion on that, on staying in a trade? Like, why do we get out of trades so quickly, you know? I've actually heard of Tory trades too. And I think she does use trend lines. They are really good. They are really good. Really powerful. Really powerful. Okay. Let's see what Friday would have gave us. It's 6:45 at this time, 7 o'clock. All right, so last day of the week. This is my final one. What I would have done on this particular day here. So overall, we are in the uptrend still, but right here we actually are in a downtrend, right? So we see we got a nice structure to the downside right here. So let's see how we would actually play this one. I want to simply bring this here. Boom. I want to bring this here. Boom. Yeah, and that's literally going to be our goal zone for today. On this Friday, this has been our goal zone for today. Boom. That touch right there. We actually got two touches right there. Stop losses at 250. Let's see what we would have got here. Got a nice push. We didn't quite get our 2-to-1 or our 1-to-1 yet. But we got a nice touch. I mean, we got a nice little push. Boom, there it is. So that's our 1-to-1. So we hit a 1-to-1 on this particular trade. So first trade, I wish we'd have got a bigger push though, instead of a 1-to-1. I would like to see us get a bigger push, but it's all good. And then let's just see what second trade. Y'all, once I trade at one goal zone, that's the only goal zone I'm going to trade that day. Or I might trade the second goal zone that I do see though. So look, this is what I was talking about. We like very very close, but I want to see perfect touches. Boom, there it is right there. So this is a perfect touch here. I gotta make a new template. So I'm simply going to bring this to 250. I'm going to make a new template on this though. Stop is going to be 25,000. Boom. So boom. This would have been a big trade. But this is a 3-to-1 so far. Let's see where we get a continuation to the downside. So yeah, 3-to-1. So we can kind of keep that. Three to one. Second trade is a 3-to-1. So y'all, this is actually, when I look at this, we only had one. No, I'm sorry. We had two. So we had two official losses, right? We had two official losses. But that same day, we did hit a 1-to-1, so it'd probably be like a break even day. No, I lied. That wouldn't be a break even day. It would be a break even day statistically, but for me, I probably just had a losing day that day. On Tuesday, because I wouldn't have closed that 1-to-1. I may have closed that 1-to-1. I'm thinking about uh, just having a 1-to-1 account. Like literally, I have an account that I'm literally just hitting 1-to-ones, and then have an account where I'm holding. Or I might just start taking more often two positions, close one at 1-to-1, and once we get to like halfway point, move my stop loss. Because the deal is, if I take two positions, I don't want to risk more than I like to risk, but I also want to make what I typically like to make. So the only way that I can offset that is by making taking two trades at that same spot and moving both their stop losses to 125 versus 250. But once price gets to a 1-to-1, that's actually a 2-to-1. Price gets to a 2-to-1, that's actually a 4-to-1. So that can be something that's very, 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 very powerful. And when I'm looking at Bitcoin, is we're not really getting too many long wicks on the outside. So this may be a powerful thing. So like even this 1-to-1 right here, this Tuesday, that's a 2-to-1 if I'm doubling that, right? On Friday, first trade is actually a 2-to-1 if I'm doubling that. So yeah. Or I can wait till what price get to a 1-to-1 and then close one, and then you know what I'm saying. I can do it that way. Okay, let me look at the chat. So that's where I think for me, it's so many times where I have been up in profit and then it hits one of my zone levels and then reverse. So I know those areas are high probability. So if it hits my door, I hate to be, I try to trade zone to zone, but I do need to focus on trading on to the bigger zones and not getting too scared. The smaller zone I use daily 1 hour zone thing. Sort of grid is cool. You can usually find daily levels almost evenly spaced in between them. Yeah, bro, drop some screenshots for sure. Yes, 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 yes. Do that. Um, bro, it's so crazy because like you can look. I think like whenever you say where you when you said, I think for me, it's so many times where I have been up in profit and then it hits one of my zones levels and then it reverses. So I know those areas are high probability. So if it hits, you know, you sure you'll take profit. So it's crazy because it's like I'll do the same thing, right? But then there's times where it's like, man, if I'd have stayed in this trade, this would have been a major, huge day. And we don't know. So we just be grateful for what we do make, right? But it's like, man, I could take advantage of those massive trades if I just had, it's really like if I had a heart to stay in them. But it's like at the same time, it's like, man, I don't want to lose. Like, I don't, like, I want to take this money that's off the table. So, I think y'all, I'm really going to have like maybe get like a trade copier and take the same exact trade, close one where it's like, okay, I locked in because for me it also annoys me. Then this is just a personal thing, right? But it annoys me whenever I like have to take half profit off the table because now as it's still running, I'm like, man, like I could have been having a full 1-to-1 instead of my 2-to-1. I make another 2-to-1 on top of what I already have. That's actually a 1-to-1. So that also bothers me as well. So, and I know I'm not. You can't just have your way in every aspect. But there's some things like maybe having a trade copier where I look at each account as their own business, but I'm taking the same trade, right? So I may take the same Bitcoin trade. Price gets to that 1-to-1. Boom, on one account, we're out of there. We're going to lock in. We're going to lock in that 1-to-1, that 1.5. We're going. The other one, we might have an account where, look, we're looking to hold until it gets to a 2-to-1 every time. We're looking to hold till it gets to a 4-to-1 on this account. So I just kind of picture like, man, imagine having that like not funded account, but that account. I have a trade copier connected to those accounts. I have 3 separate accounts. So maybe it's I might have, let's just say $500 in one account, $500 in another account, $500 in another account, and let's just say I'm risking out of that $500, I'm risking $25 per trade because I got 1 to 2. I don't if I got $500, I don't want to risk more than $50, right, in a day, and I don't know how the first trade is actually going to go or the second. So I know my max will be 50. And I'm just giving an example. But if I have 3 accounts and I had a trade copier, I can take that same trade, stop loss, all the same. But when price gets to that 1 to 1, lock in on one account. Price gets to like a 1 to 2, I might lock in for a second account or whatever number I choose. And then the other account, I might just hold till we get to like, you know, a 5 to 1, something like that. Or take profit off once we get to like a 5 to 1. So I don't know. Whatever y'all thought. What do y'all think? What do y'all think that can help me? Because I know y'all smart. Y'all know about this trading stuff. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So yeah, this is actually solid. I am gonna do that though. I think I'm gonna get a trade copier and connect multiple accounts, taking the same exact trade. Yeah. But family, it is about to be 9:15. I'm about to hop off this thing for the night. I'll be back on in the AM doing my live gold zone where I'm actually going to be trading. Right. So this is just back test. This is just practice. But I'm going to be going live 7 a.m. Have prayer. Hopefully I can have time to have Bible study. It's really challenging because I got my 2 kids and they have stopped me the whole time, y'all. So, but maybe the Lord put something in my heart that I can share with y'all tomorrow. Also, We'll be going over all these tomorrow. So all my different setups for Nasdaq, Ethereum, Bitcoin, US 30. US 30 was a bomb today, y'all. Like this was a bomb today. It was crazy for US 30 today. Um, EURUSD and gold. So I'll be going over all these things. But what I'm going to be focusing on personally, I think I'm going to be focusing on Bitcoin. All right. But okay, family. Love y'all. And bye.